Isaiah chapter 54 begins with a call for Jerusalem to rejoice and sing, even though she had been barren and desolate in the past. God promises to restore her and bless her abundantly. The chapter uses the metaphor of a wife who was once forsaken and grieving but is now being comforted and embraced by her husband. God declares that He is the one who will restore and multiply her, transforming her desolation into a place of joy and fertility. This is a message of hope, as God assures His people that their former shame and hardship will be replaced with blessings and a flourishing future. God further promises His people that He will not forsake them again. He recalls the covenant He made with them, comparing His commitment to them to a marriage bond. The chapter stresses that, just as a husband's love is steadfast and unbreakable, so is God's covenant with Israel. Even though the people had experienced temporary judgment and hardship, God's mercy and love will endure forever. His compassion will be like a flood that washes over His people, bringing restoration and peace. The chapter continues with God's promise of protection and security for His people. He assures them that their enemies will not prevail against them. The passage speaks of God's role as a protector, builder, and redeemer who will provide for His people and secure their safety. God promises to equip His people with the skills and tools they need to succeed, and any weapon formed against them will not prosper. This gives the people confidence in God's sovereignty and the assurance that no force can stand against His divine will. Finally, Isaiah 54 ends with a declaration that God will bless His people with peace and prosperity. He will establish them in righteousness, and they will be far from oppression and fear. The chapter closes with an image of a transformed future, where God's people will enjoy His favor and protection. It affirms that all who seek refuge in God will be secure, as His presence and promises guarantee their well-being. The chapter is a message of hope, restoration, and divine favor, reminding the people that God will fulfill His covenant and bless them abundantly. Let's now read Isaiah chapter 54. Sing, O barren, thou that didst not bear, break forth into singing, and cry aloud, thou that didst not travail with child, for more are the children of the desolate than the children of the married wife, saith the Lord. Enlarge the place of thy tent, and let them stretch forth the curtains of thine habitations, spare not, lengthen thy cords, and strengthen thy stakes. For thou shalt break forth on the right hand and on the left, and thy seed shall inherit the Gentiles, and make the desolate cities to be inhabited. Fear not, for thou shalt not be ashamed, neither be thou confounded, for thou shalt not be put to shame, for thou shalt forget the shame of thy youth, and shalt not remember the reproach of thy widowhood any more. For thy Maker is thine husband, the Lord of hosts is His name, and thy Redeemer the Holy One of Israel, the God of the whole earth shall He be called. For the Lord hath called thee as a woman forsaken and grieved in spirit, and a wife of youth, when thou wast refused, saith thy God. For a small moment have I forsaken thee, but with great mercies will I gather thee. In a little wrath I hid my face from thee for a moment, but with everlasting kindness will I have mercy on thee, saith the Lord thy Redeemer. For this is as the waters of Noah unto me, for as I have sworn that the waters of Noah should no more go over the earth, so have I sworn that I would not be wroth with thee, nor rebuke thee. For the mountains shall depart, and the hills be removed, but my kindness shall not depart from thee, neither shall the covenant of my peace be removed, saith the Lord that hath mercy on thee. O thou afflicted, tossed with tempest, and not comforted, behold, I will lay thy stones with fair colors, and lay thy foundations with sapphires. And I will make thy windows of agates, and thy gates of carbuncles, and all thy borders of pleasant stones. And all thy children shall be taught of the Lord, and great shall be the peace of thy children. In righteousness shalt thou be established, thou shalt be far from oppression, for thou shalt not fear, and from terror, for it shall not come near thee. Behold, they shall surely gather together, but not by me, whosoever shall gather together against thee shall fall for thy sake. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, And every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord. This ends our reading of Isaiah chapter 54.